Hey up YouTubers, Simon B here, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping safe out there. Continuing our series of how to get into green laning. This week I thought I'd share with everybody what I wear on my KTM 350 EXC-F when I go green laning. The stuff I have, the stuff I got rid of, and the stuff I really like. So if you want to know what's good or possibly bad, so as they say, if you're interested in something like that, stick around and stay tuned.
Like and subscribe!
So yeah, I'm just going to take you through a selection of the gear that I've put together, which I now wear on green lanes to protect myself, to make myself comfortable and make it easy to ride. How should we start? Start with the top. Helmets. Loads of helmets out there. Adventure helmets, motocross helmets. You could even wear the helmet that you wear on the road. There's no problem with that. It probably just comes down to styling. Now, some helmets are relatively cheap and some helmets are relatively dear, which is just normal. I wear a motocross helmet because I like the goggles that you can take on and off, because when I'm riding a trail I usually like to take them off because I don't like to feel constricted with my sight. It's a bit like when you're driving down the motorway and you slow down driving to town, you wind the windows down. I don't know, it's just something that opens stuff up and makes me feel better. I use an LS2 Fast Evo MX 437. It's a bit blingy, matches the bike in a way, and it fits well. Before that I had a HJC motocross helmet. We're going to do a video regarding helmets and the best helmet in the world. It's weird because a HJC large motocross helmet fits me perfectly, but I buy a Rafa 70, 71, whatever they are, in a large that I wanted to wear on the Hypermotard. It don't fit me. Weird. One of the good things I find about motocross helmets is they don't have a great lot of padding inside, but the padding that they do have inside, don't know if you better see that, is limited but in the right place. The usual place where I get pain from if the helmet doesn't fit is my ears. I have quite large ears. With motocross helmets I find that it has the padding and the protection in the places where you need it. So round the top of your head, on the back of your head, through your cheeks, and it seems that this area round here is open. There's not a lot of padding around there, but everything fits. So you'll probably find a motocross helmet will fit you better than another helmet because of the way the padding is. Gold standard rated, so you can race in it. No issues about that. I think that helmet was 90 quid, and it's great because it fits. It's lovely. I can wear it all day. Removable linings. It has the linings that you can remove whilst you've got the helmet on when you've been in an accident, which is great. It's light, it's plastic, polycarbon, it does what it does on the tin. And for 90 quid, it's a great helmet. I am looking at probably getting an adventure helmet, but it's now summer's coming. In winter, when it gets a little bit chilly with a visor, they do something quite similar to this, but it's an adventure helmet. It looks exactly the same, but I think it's got a visor on it. I'm looking at possibly getting one. A couple of lads that we ride out with has the adventure helmet of this, and I think just sometimes, especially when it's raining, it keeps your face a bit drier. So yeah, helmets. Find one that fits you, find one that you can wear all day. So there's a helmet out there for every budget and everybody's pocket, so you don't need to be spending a great lot of money. Goggles. My first set of goggles, pair of 100%. These are the Strada 2. I don't know why I got the Strada 2. I think because I like the orange and the camo to go with the bike at the time. Not a bad price. Goggles at the moment, I think a goggle's a goggle, so I think at 30 quid, 34 pound. What's the point in spending 90 quid? I don't know. Somebody can comment and tell me the difference between that at 30 quid and a pair at £100. I have no idea. So I have two pairs. I have one with a clear, and I've just bought these, don't tell the wife though, and I put the iridium sort of lens in them, possibly to make me look a bit cool. Doesn't make me ride any better. So yeah, goggles, there's loads of manufacturers out there from 30 quid. They're the Strada 2s. Seem fine. You can still get the replacement lenses for them all over eBay. They're about £8, and these even come with the, see them there, with the pins that you can put the tear-offs on if you want to go do a bit of racing. So yeah, less than £30 each. That's the goggles. Gloves, massive array of gloves. Which gloves do I buy? The problem is you're going to be riding in all sorts of different conditions, different temperatures, so you need 2 or 3 pairs, possibly 3 pairs, I don't know. I have quite a considerable amount of pairs, I just keep buying them, I don't know why. A sort of winter pair of trail gloves. I bought these Adventure Spec windproof ones, and they've been good. I've had them for a winter season now. They fit well. They're not waterproof. You don't really need a waterproof glove. The reason is, for a waterproof glove, it has a membrane in it. When you're riding on the lanes, your hand is going to get sweaty because of that membrane. These are windproof, but they're not waterproof because they're not taped seams. So they're nearly waterproof. They're showerproof. When you start working a bit, these become a little bit sweaty. As you can see, the coloration in the palms there, different colour. That's all sweat, and they could do a washing again. These have been washed once, I think once, yeah. Used for a full season. Windproof, great for when it's cold. I'd recommend a pair. I think they're £38. The only gripe I did have, that I think they wanted £8 delivery for a pair of gloves. Adventure Spec windproof gloves, great for winter. Also, you can get probably the 100% Brisker gloves. These are classed as a bit of a winter glove. They have a bit of a windproof membrane in them. But the problem is, great if once you're off-road, but while you're riding 2 lanes on the road, these gloves don't have much protection. The Adventure Spec does have a little bit, nothing much. So what I have had, and what I do, which I carry with me depending on what sort of conditions it is, I've got a cheapo pair of a waterproof pair of gloves which I bought from Ghost Bikes in Preston. Now, these are probably an ordinary aerated glove, but when you're only doing 40 mile an hour on the road, this might save your hands. So I sometimes, well, when it's cold, I'll wear these to the lanes and then swap over to something else, which gives me protection whilst I'm on the road, and also keep me hands dry and warm, because they're a bit of a winter waterproof glove. And I think they were only £25. So just something to think about, that you could carry with you in your backpack. There's nothing worse than that ride home when you're all wet, cold. Stick a new pair of gloves on that are waterproof and warm. A great addition to your kit for green laning. Summer gloves, whilst you're on the lanes, I've got a KTM pair here because I've got a KTM bike. These are perforated, great for when it's hot, full airflow through it. In summer you don't really need much, but you need something if you are going to fall off, just to protect your hands on the gravel or wherever you're riding. So yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 pairs of gloves that I do have. I have a couple of trials gloves which I can sometimes take with me. They're even thinner, but they're really for trials. So they're 100% Brisker, a pair of KTM perforated ones, a cheap pair of waterproof winter gloves, £25 from Ghost Bikes. You can get them from all different places. And my go-to, which I've been wearing quite a considerable amount over winter, is my Adventure Spec. Like I say, they're a season, a winter season, and they'll probably do next year. So not bad, not bad. I would recommend getting yourself a pair of them. But yeah, 4 pairs of gloves for a full season's riding. It's what you need, because you won't be wearing them in the middle of summer. Knee protection is a major thing for me, because, as I said in a couple of videos, is that if you've still got your legs, you can still go to work. Even if you've done a shoulder, an arm, a hand or something like that, you can still walk, you can still get out of the house, you can still get about. If you do something with your legs, your knees or your ankles, then you're not going to be able to get up and about, and it's not very good. So yeah, these are I think they pronounce it ACBs. These are the knee guard impact 3s. They do what they say on the tin. They're not a knee brace. They're just going to protect you from impacts. And when you're starting out, you're probably going to get a few impacts. So something like that, I think £40. I think they've gone up a bit now since I bought them last, with COVID tax and everything. Once everything goes up, it doesn't come down, does it? Like most things. Fully articulated around the knee. very comfortable to wear once you get them on. Something to start out with. A lot of people have them, like the neoprene stuff with the pads on it. I don't really like that because it's just a little bit too tight. Elastic on the side, you can adjust that to your comfort. And the thing about these is that you don't really need a lot of tension around your leg on them, because when you put your boots on, the boots basically hold them up. And at the end of the day, you've had them on and they don't rub. They've never been a problem. They're comfortable. I've even brought the bike back into the garage one day, took all my gear off and walked in the house and still had these on because I forgot I had them on. Set of knee braces, £400. I don't know what the difference is. I know if you were doing hard enduro and stuff like that and you want to protect your knee, great, but out's better than nout. So that's the Acebi's Knee Guard Impact 3, available all over the place. Jackets. What do I need to wear on my top layer? Well, there's a couple of things you can do, depending on what the sort of conditions you are in. I bought the Climb Dakar. Depends which country you come from. I wanted something substantial. I wanted something half decent. I've been wearing this in winter. I've worn this all the way through. It's not waterproof, but I've not really been out in much rain. It's a bit showerproof, but it usually starts raining on the way home. And I wanted something that was half decent. Now, this stuff's expensive. It's bloody expensive, and I wish it wasn't as expensive as it is, because I'd have a garage full of climb gear, because I think it's brilliant. When you buy it, it doesn't come with the protection that's shown here, with the back protector, shoulders and elbows. It doesn't even come with it. So the protection that's in here are out of my Climb Marrakesh, which fits all jackets. So if you have a Climb Marrakesh, which comes with the armour, and you buy a Climb Dakar that doesn't come with the armour, you can swap it over. Why I wear this, it's comfortable, it fits right, it does what it says on the tin. Like I said, it's not waterproof, but do you really want a waterproof layer while you're on the lanes, while you're working hard? No, you don't. You want something that if it rains, to put over the top of it to stop you from getting wet, and you can remove it. There's cheaper alternatives for this. There's Acebi's stuff, there's Liat stuff, but for summer, I have a force field. I'm going to wear a force field and something light over the top of it whilst I'm out, hopefully if we get a decent summer. I've been wearing this all year round, the Climb Dakar. It comes with matching pants. You can get the pants in the boot or out of the boot. I wear the ones in the boot because I like to show my boots off, no difference. But the only problem is if you go through water, the water goes down the leg of the pant and goes into your boot and you get wet feet if you've got a pair of waterproof boots on. It's been washed about 3 times. Great stuff, great stuff. It's Climb. Like I said, I just wish it was a little bit cheaper. What I did buy early on, and I wear if it is really cold and it is raining, is I bought this Spada Latitude. It's a fully waterproof breathable jacket. It's got the armour, the same armour as what the Dakar has. It comes with matching pants which go over the boot, and they do fit over the boot. And when it's cold, it's raining and you're out, you want to go out, I think this was 90 quid. The pants were 80 quid. So for something just for dossing about in, doing a bit of green laning, nothing major, is you can pick up stuff. Sports bike, all I did was jackets, waterproof, cheapest first, and had a look and see what was half decent, and this came up, and it's been great. Took the lining out of it because the lining that comes with it, a cheap jacket, is rubbish, and all I wanted it for was the waterproof. It does have a few vents in it, so you could probably wear it for 3 seasons, probably not in the height of summer. So instead of buying a Climb Dakar, you buy something like this. This will do. It's not a problem. Less than 200 quid for top and bottoms, and it's waterproof as well. But the problem is, because it's waterproof, when you're going to start working on the lanes, you're going to sweat a little bit more. It's hard work trying to find something that does everything, because there isn't anything out there that's the perfect jacket. That's the Spada Latitude. There's loads of stuff out there that you can buy. I had a few in. It fits quite well. It's not bad, and for less than 200 quid for a waterproof suit, it'll last me years, that, as long as I don't put any weight on. Boots. So what do we wear for boots? I first started out on a pair of Formers. These are the Former Adventure boot. Great boot, nothing wrong with them, but I don't think they're right for me now. First starting out, no problem at all. This boot has been a great boot. It's nearly had 2 seasons, showing its age now, and I'll tell you why. in a sec. They are waterproof, and as waterproof boots have their advantages and disadvantages depending on what sort of stuff you're doing. The great thing about it, you can stand up in water and not get wet feet, but the problem is when you've got a pant that's in the boot pant, when you go through water it splashes in and goes into your boot, but once it's in your boot it can't come out because it's waterproof. So it's one of those things, what do you do? Do you wear over the pant boot? I don't know. The only problem I find with these boots now is there's no stability in the boot itself. I've upgraded to a pair of boots, I'll show you in a sec, and it has changed my riding completely. And I wish, no, do I wish? I probably think that I should have probably bought them in the first place, but I didn't. You don't have to, but it depends what sort of riding and how you progress on your green lane. But for a pair of boots that are going to protect you to an extent, the former adventure boot, they're fine, they're good, and they are comfy. The good thing about them, they're comfy. You can wear them all day and you don't know you've got them on. So the reason that they're showing their age at the moment is, I don't know if you can see that, there we go, you see that seam there has been rubbing against the frame whilst I've been trying to ride, and it's worn the stitching off, and now it's coming apart. It hasn't broken into the waterproof layer, but I found that out the other week when I was doing something, a bit of a gnarly section, and I took my foot off the foot peg to put my foot down, or put it up, I can't remember, and I went to pass me foot peg, and because these foot pegs on these have got big pins on them because you need grip, that actually caught on my foot peg and I nearly fell off. That's when I noticed what had happened. The reason that's happened is because you grip with your boots onto your frame from your feet, from your foot peg up to your side of your frame, and it's just worn the stitching out. Apart from that, like I say, it's had 2 seasons, they're alright. 180 quid, waterproof, and they've never leaked. The only way they leak is water that goes in the top. So yeah, you don't need to spend loads, but you need something, some sort of protection. So my new boots are the Leat 4.5s. They do a 5.5, they do a 3.5. Why have you gone for these, Si? I've gone for these because I wanted a summer boot. I don't really want to be riding around in a waterproof boot through the summer. It's one of those things, do you need a waterproof boot? Not really, but sometimes yes, depending on your riding. So I wanted a pair of enduro boots, and I wanted a pair that fit me. I ordered a pair of Alpine Star Tech 7 Dry Stars, but the problem with Sidi and Alpine Stars is they're made in Italy. They're made for small feet. I don't have actually Bilbo Baggins feet, but I have quite wide feet and a high arch. So I have a problem of getting boots to fit me. So the Alpine Stars turned up, I got size up, I got size 10, and I put them on, I couldn't move in them. They were absolutely serious. I don't need anything like that. Same as the 5.5s. 5.5s are worn by Johnny Walker. He helped design them. So I've gone for the one down, which is the 4.5. Now these boots have changed my riding, and the reason for it's changed my riding is because there's no flex in them. As you may well know, or you may not know, is whilst you're on an enduro bike or you're doing green laning, the only way that you can grip onto is onto the frame. When you're on a road bike, you grip onto the tank, don't you, with your knees. But on an enduro bike, a motocross bike, you grip with the bottom of your legs. And because these have no lateral, would it be lateral flex that way? Once that boot is planted onto your foot peg, the inside of this has grippy rubber on it, and with the grip that's on the bike, you actually work less and use less energy because some of this has already been done for you. And this has changed my riding. I think I've been out 3 times with these at the moment, and the first time I went, I couldn't believe it. You stick that onto your foot peg so it doesn't pull that way, and you push it against your frame and up to your knee, the bottom of your feet. Now you don't need hardly any energy to keep them in place because of the boot doesn't have any flex on it, has the grip on it, and has the grip on the soles against the foot pegs. And they're amazing. The Leat have a wide fitting I usually take a size 9 in a, I believe I'm a 8.5, 9. I usually take a 9 in a work boot, because some of the work boots are slightly smaller. I don't know why, but I like to wear a thick sock on my work boot, so I usually wear a 9. Now, if I'd have bought these in a city, these would probably have to be 11. These are 9s, and the 9s fit lovely, because you can see there, it has a wide fitting where it should do, and they state this on the website, Ducati, because I think a lot of people out there that are riding bikes haven't got little tiny Italian feet. The toe box is wide and it's very comfortable. It has slight flex forward and backwards. It does feel like a bit like Robocop when you do wear them, but I've worn them 3 times now, and I'm telling you, I've worn them all day, and they are comfy, and they have helped and changed with my riding. They've made me ride better. Weird. You know, don't believe me, if you haven't got a pair and you're riding quite hard or doing stuff, go and get yourself a pair, and I'm telling you, they make life a lot easier. I'm doing lanes now which I'd get to the top of them and my legs would be slightly burning because of the way I'm working, because of the amount of energy I'm using down there. I did the same lane in these and no, nowhere near, which enabled me to be able to use more of my energy on the top half of my body, and got to the top without being fatigued, if that's what you call it. So yeah, Leat 4.5, great boot. I bought these from, bought from ATS Motocross, and I'll tell you a little story about ATS Motocross, which I was going to do when I did buy them. Bought them a couple of weeks ago. I got them delivered. 10 minutes later, I was on Facebook looking at rubbish like I usually do, and it popped up that they're having a 15% off sale, and I went, I just bought them. So I mailed them, and I says, look, I've just bought these boots, just been delivered, I haven't even worn them yet. Do I need to send them back to get me 15% off? And guess what? I got an email back from one of the customer services guys and says, we've just credited your account with £35.26, which was the 15% difference, and put it straight back in my account. Absolutely brilliant. No problems, no worries, no nothing. And I was going to do a bit of a short about 3 weeks ago regarding AT Motocross, and I think AT Motocross are the only ones that will send you anything free postage, because everybody else charges for it. Dirt Bike Express charges. You go online, they say they've got it in stock, you pay for it, and then they tell you they haven't. Not very good, that. So yeah, AT Motocross, I think it is AT Motocross. Can't big them up anymore. So yeah, so they're the Leat 4.5s. They do the 5.5s, which are mega thing if you're doing hard enduro. Like I say, they were made and helped to be designed by Johnny Walker. So I'm not Johnny Walker, so they're not for me. Under 200 quid, 180. Brilliant pair of boots. So there you go, YouTubers, just a bit of an insight of what I wear on my KTM whilst I'm out green laning. You guys and girls are probably wearing something completely different. If you've got anything that you think I should be wearing, please comment down below. If you like that video, don't forget, please give us a big thumbs up. If you have been watching this, you've watched it all the way to the end, thanks very much. Do us a favour, just comment down below, like I said on my last one. It gets the algorithms going. Just say thanks very much, great video side, dead easy, don't need to do much. It shares the video to other people around Facebook. It's the algorithms and stuff. Once people start interacting with it, that's what happens. So just comment, do us a favour. If you just stumbled across us again, please, I keep asking, I'll start bribing you all next. Click that subscribe button, ring that bell. Every time I upload a video, you'll get a notification. Dead easy as that. It's free, not charging for it. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, epicmotorcycletools.co.uk. Any questions, any comments, anything down below, be kind, be nice. Be Easter probably when this comes out, I would say. I'll put a link up here. We did a video post-COVID of checking your motorcycle before you take it out on the road to make sure everything is okay. I'll put the link up here, have a look at it, check your bike out before you go out on that road. Don't become a statistic. And if you're riding out there, ride safe, be safe, keep safe. Thanks for watching, and as they say, we'll see you soon.
Like and subscribe.